Now it's time to start augmenting our underlying Python language with the use of libraries. You can almost imagine that Python is like a games console. If you install a new library, it's the equivalent of popping a game into the game console, and then the console will be able to play a new game for you. And the same thing happens in Python. Every time you install a library, it will gain new abilities. You have to activate the library later in your code to be able to use these capabilities. And of course, it's an excellent way to use the knowledge and skills of all the experts that are out there. So you will see things that look really, really hard. If there's a library to do it, often it's just one line of code, so it becomes really simple. Now on Windows, you're going to click on File, Settings. I'm going to use a MacBook, so it's slightly different. And this is just PyCharm how we left it in the last video. So I'm going to here go on Preferences. And then if you click on your project, my project was named Titanic by myself, and you go on Project Interpreter. That's the underlying Python. In my case, I have Python 3.6 running on my system here, and I'm using it for this project. It's not only for this project. You can see there's quite a few libraries here. These are all the libraries I have ever installed on this Python version. So this is the system-wide Python. If I install libraries here, they will be added to this project, yes, but also to all other projects that use that specific Python 3.6 in my case. To add a new library is very easy in Numpy in PyCharm. You simply click on this small plus icon. Let's say I wanted to install Numpy. Here we are. And I recommend to write it out as much as possible so that you don't get any of the other ones that sound similar. And we can already see, okay, Numpy is with the description here. You can visit the project website, and here you can go and install packages. Libraries that are here are using the Python packaging index, also known as pip, right? An alternative way of installing it is via pip directly. For that, you would need to use the command line. The advantage added here on top of having this nice, beautiful graphical interface is also that PyCharm is using some error handling so that the libraries tend to be easier to install here, especially if you're on Windows. There are some issues with the C parser sometimes in Windows, and PyCharm seems to be best able in handling them typically. Now I'm going to ask you to install 3 libraries. The first one is Numpy, and that's a package that can vectorize your data. For practical purposes, it means that compute operations on your data will be much more efficient and faster, right? So no more waiting for slow Excel files and stuff like that. Then another one is Pandas. We already discussed it a little bit. Pandas is a very powerful data handling framework, a kind of Excel for a programming language. And the last one is scikit-learn. Scikit-learn has a wide range of leading AI models, is really having all the cutting edge stuff.